Here's my review of Heretic. I really enjoyed this movie, and it is a very interesting kind of horror movie because it's very talky, and for the most part, it gets kind of creepier and more supernatural as we go on. But this movie is about two Mormon missionaries who go to going to basically recruit people, try to convert people, and talk to them about their religion. And they go to Mr. Reed's house. And a big part of this movie is just them kind of debating for the most part, and it gets subtly more creepy. Like, there are scenes, like, one thing I think this movie does very good is it like, well, yeah, they're talking about, like, it never comes off as preachy for either side, which I really, really appreciated. And it just comes off as just a really solid, creepy horror movie. And Hugh Grant is he's such a charismatic and charming actor. But in this movie, he's so creepy, but he's just so nice. Like, a big part of this movie is just them debating. And I was able to just really enjoy it because all these performances are so good. And there's conversations are just so interesting that it allowed basically, even when, like, it's all done where, like, even though, like, they're just talking about, like, not scary stuff, it's all the tone and the atmosphere just gives it that creepy vibe that just makes it so enjoyable. And our two leads here of Sister Barnes and Sister Paxton are just so good. And we really do feel scared for them because that's one thing I think, like I said, for the most part, this movie is a very grounded kind of horror movie, but it does kind of get supernatural in a way that just makes it so fascinating. And it almost feels like there are scenes that kind of make you uncomfortable because there are scenes where Mr. Reed is basically, let's take, for example, like taking all these different books of religion and saying, oh, this copied this, and like Monopoly. And it's just this debate, and then there's like, well, no, actually this. And it's got that bickering about people arguing about religion, but like I said, I never think it comes across as just disrespectful about religion, or even for like an atheist point of view. And I wouldn't really call this like a religious horror movie at all. It's just, at least it doesn't really feel, it is, but like not really, if you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the movie, I feel like you should know what I mean. And like I said, it gets kind of supernatural here because let's just say there are scenes where they get locked in Mr. Reed's basement and there's a woman down there, and then they turn around at a certain point and that woman is no longer there. And like I said, I don't want to go into so many spoilers, but it's just like, it just constantly keeps you on the edge of your seat, just having that creepy tone. See, I really thoroughly enjoy this movie, but I feel like I don't really need to say that much. Oh, also, well, the atmosphere, I think it just gives it, like, because a lot of this takes place almost during a storm and then like a snowstorm, and you do feel that sense of isolation, and it all just allows for you to just feel even more of just on the edge of your seat, which I just really, really liked. I said the performances are fantastic from, like, because like I said, Hugh Grant is terrifying. Like, you're scared of him this whole time, but at the same time, like, you love hearing him talk. You kind of like watching him because he's, like I say, he's charismatic, but he's terrifying. So yeah, overall, I thought that this was a really solid movie. I really liked it. I definitely put it in, like, I'd say like top 5, maybe top 5 horror movies of the year. I don't know. There's still a lot I got to rewatch, but as of right now, I'd say it's not the best horror movie of the year, I don't think, but I definitely think it's one of the best. But of course, that's only going off like first viewing. Who knows? I might be able to change my mind. But as of right now, I think it's just a very solid movie. It's not like too scary, but it just has that sense of eeriness that I love, and this uncomfortable like tone that, yeah, I thought it was a very, very solid movie.